Hello, my name is Arjun and I'm the filmmaker of LADDOO. So the idea for this film came, to me when we were given an assignment in my college to make a film based on a character which is spherical, a spherical object. The first thing that came to my mind were laddoos because my nani was making some. Before the pandemic, she used to make a lot of different things like laddoos and go to the temple which is in our colony and give all those laddoos, to different people, kids, and all that stopped because of the pandemic. The temples were closed and she wasn't able to go. So her routine was very different. So I thought, why not make a film where I can just transport her into that imaginary world where she can do all those things that she loves. So that's where the idea came from. The most difficult shot was the transition shot where she comes out of the kitchen and enters this 2D animated world where I had to use green screen to make her appear as if she's in that animated world, and then it was a 360-degree shot. So I created a very long background that then continued forward as she turned around, and it was my first experience of doing all these things. So that transition shot was very challenging, of turning her from a real life person to an animated character. And this was the first experience for me giving directions to someone, and that first actor being my nani was very fun, and I was just able to tell her what to do and give her very fun directions, and she followed them. And it was very interesting. Yeah, not knowing how to tell the story, should there be a narration in the background or should it happen itself. And while thinking of that, my mom, who is a Hindi teacher, so she wrote down a poem based on all the events I was thinking would happen in the film, and that is the poem that plays in the movie. So she wrote that and narrated that poem. So according to that poem, the entire film continued. So she solved that challenge. This movie is for people who just love food made by their grandmother. I think we all love that, and during this pandemic I think we all were missing that, but I'm lucky enough to have that. So I thought, why not share that with everyone else. What I want to do in the future is make more stories about people who don't get to tell their own stories. For example, my nani. I've known her my entire life, and I just wanted to tell her story. So that's what I'm going to do in the future. I'm going to find people who interest me, people who should have a voice, or at least should have their story be told, and I will tell their story because that's what we do. We're storytellers, and that's our main job. So my film is on YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel on YouTube. You can check out my Instagram page. I'm really thankful that you guys appreciated my first film that I ever made, and kudos to everyone who completed a film during this pandemic. I think it's a very big achievement. So thank you.